How's it going, Jeremiahans? Welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for independent and unbiased content about arranger keyboards and digital pianos. So after using this Casiotone CT-S keyboard for a few weeks now, I found 6 issues which just bothers me a little bit. These are not like big problems that is gonna be a deal breaker for the keyboards, but it would be nice to know if you are thinking about picking one of these really fantastic value for money keyboards. And if that sounds good to you, make sure you smash that like button right now. So let's get started with the 6 things that, just bothers me about the Casiotone CT-S keyboards. In the meantime, do take a minute to check out the description below for a list of my recommended arranger keyboards as well as digital pianos. The first thing which bugs me about the CT-S series across the entire range from the CT-S100, CT-S200, CT-S300 as well as the LK-S250 is that the LCD does not have backlighting. That is gonna be an issue when I was trying to play in a slightly darker place, or if you are out with your friends in camping and there isn't a lot of light around, you're gonna have trouble looking at the LCD screen. You need someone to hold a torch so that you can see what the LCD screen is saying. So this Casiotone CT-S has a very useful LCD screen for its price, and it would have been made so much better if it had been backlit. And I'm sure that with the state of technology these days, backlighting a simple LCD screen isn't gonna cost a massively more amount of money. The next issue that I have with this keyboard is that it has 400 tones and 77 rhythms, and to get quickly to the exact tones and the rhythms that you want, there is really no very quick way because there is no numerical keypad for you to just punch out which exact rhythm or which exact tone you want. You have to individually scroll through the entire list of sounds as well as rhythms to get to the exact ones you want. And with 400 sounds and 77 rhythms, it will usually take quite a while for you to scroll through all the different sounds until you find the one that you want. And even if you found the one that you want, there is really no quick way for you to just memorize the number settings of the exact sounds that you usually love to use. And that is what I feel that Casio could have improved on the CT-S with this Numberpad. So I hope that in the next version of the Casiotones, Casio would include a numerical keypad. And the third thing that I wish this Casiotone CT-S has is an ability to save more than one set of registration settings. As of now, the entire Casio CT-S range from the CT-S100 all the way to the flagship LK-S250, you can only save one single registration setting. They call it the My Setup setting. While it is an improvement over, like for example, the CT-K series where you are not able to save any registration at all. For example, I use the CT-K 3500 and there is absolutely no way to save any registration at all. And also, on the SA series, the smaller portable keyboard series, there's no way to save registration at all. It is of course a welcome move that Casio has allowed us to save one set of registration settings, but with the lack of a numerical keypad and with only one registration setting, I am not able to set up songs really quickly. If I want to switch to the next song, there's no way to quickly punch the numbers for what I want and start playing immediately. Instead, I have to go through and scroll each of them because I don't have a couple more registration settings. I think it would be reasonable, to have For example, at least 5 registration settings, and that will be useful for someone who's learning to have a small little repertoire of what they usually play. The fourth thing I want to gripe about is that of color selection. Yes, I know Casio has now allowed us to have something other than black, but that is not extended throughout the entire range, so only the Casio CT-S200 has the option of black, red, and white for their keyboards. For example, the Casio CT-S100, the Casio CT-S300, and the LK-S250 only comes in black color. So that presents a problem. I love the red color very much, way more so than the black color, because black these days, it just sounds drab and just looks drab when you are trying to market it as a very interesting, hip, and fun keyboard. But what if I want touch-sensitive keys? I have to choose at least the CT-S300 or the LK-S250. What if I want a pitch bend? What if I want a microphone input and I cannot have that in red color? So there's no way to have a touch-sensitive keys, to have a microphone input, pitch bend, and have it in red as well. So I wish that Casio could have extended the entire color range to all the series of the CTS, and I don't have to have this dilemma. Should I sacrifice touch-sensitive keys and settle for red color, or should I go all out for features and not go for how pretty it looks? The fifth thing, which just kind of doesn't make sense to me, is how Casio has 4 different keyboards in their CTS range, the 100, 200, CT-S300, and the LK-S250. And there is just so small value difference in this. The difference in price between the CT-S100 and the CT-S200 is really just $10. $10 doesn't buy too much these days, but I wish that they could have compressed the model line to maybe just 1 or 2 models maximum, and have the colors available throughout the range so that there will be easier on the supply chain side, and the cost savings from there could result in having a slightly more middle of the line price for this keyboard. So the cheapest of this keyboard is $99 and the most expensive is $159. So perhaps something around, let's say, $129 or $139, and we could have a keyboard with all the available colors that you have. It's touch-sensitive keys. We could have your pitch bend and maybe your microphone input, and you can do it at a price of $139 and still make sufficient profits from each of these keyboards. The sixth thing which bothers me is how Casio doesn't have the same warranty details on these keyboards as with the rest of the world. So my relatives in Australia told me that the Casiotones that is available there comes with a 5-year warranty by Casio. I am mind blown. That is an unprecedented length of warranty. And that just shows the kind of confidence that Casio Australia has in their products there. Whereas in the rest of the world, all of us just get the usual 1-year warranty. And I believe that if Casio could have increased their global international warranty to 2 years, for example, that would speak volumes to the vote of confidence on their products that it will not fail just on the 13th month of buying. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.